Hey, my gorgeous peeps. How are you today? I am coming back to you with week 2 of the Happy Healthy Fit Book Club. Hi, guys. So today we are moving into week 2, and this is actually the first part of my book. The first whole entire part of my book is designed around helping you to really understand the spirituality of happiness and the science behind happiness and really the way our brain operates. So the first part of my life, I studied a lot of spiritual text and psychology. I actually didn't want to go into the path of psychology in like everyday life, like become a psychologist or something like that, but I wanted to study it so I could learn why we humans do what we do, and also to really understand a lot of the reasons why I did the things I did when I was a little kid, because I had a bout with OCD when I was between the ages of 10 and 12. And when I broke it at 12 years old, but I really wanted to understand all of the little intricacies of why we do what we do and understand energy and understand our thought system. So that was really the beginning of my understanding and my search for understanding, I should say, was heading into the path of psychology in Western education system. Okay. Once I graduated high school, I got into the working world and I started doing yoga. And then when I fell in love with yoga, I dove into Eastern wisdom, Eastern medicine. And so I've had a mixture of both of these over the course of my life experience, so much so that I built a yoga studio, a yoga school. And I have to tell you, having the education from the Western world and having the education from the Eastern world has just been fantastic. And I am here to share that with you. And I share a lot about that in my book. More of it in my Heavenly Mind podcast. But this section right now, happy, is all about helping you understand your brain. Now, if you have not yet picked up this book and read it, grab it. If you have yet to download this week's workbook, get it. You can get that at liznierzwicki.com. You guys, you have to get this. Now, I want to take a moment and point something out. You see this? The Autobiography of a Yogi. Fantastic book. Now, I want to say something about this because I have been judged so many times throughout my life experience. I'm a spiritual teacher. I am a healer. I have studied so many things, and I've really done this all for the mastering of this human body that we've been given. I've wanted to understand the mind. I've wanted to understand our energy systems. I've wanted to understand fat loss. I've wanted to understand muscle building. I've wanted to understand human connection with other people. Now, I do teach spirituality. I do teach yoga. I don't look like this, and that's okay. I come to you as a modern American woman teaching you Eastern wisdom mixed with a single mom who grew up in a single mom household. I come really bearing all of this information of my life experience and my knowledge, learning this path and Western educational psychology, neuroscience, and all that to you. Do I need to look like this to be heard in terms of a yogi? Absolutely not. So I want to just say that people need to be understanding and open to information coming in a way that probably is more meant for you. Because you could fly to India and sit in a yoga ashram and you might understand a lot of it, but actually sitting and rubbing shoulders with somebody whose life experience looks a lot like yours is probably going to resonate a heck of a lot more with you than if you did fly to India and go to a yoga ashram. Okay, so I just wanted to say that to you today. It's really important for you to find teachers that actually look at their lives and look at what they've gone through and listen to what they say. You know, whoever it may be, whether it's me or whether it's somebody else, but find the people that you can resonate with. All right, so My background, I'm the youngest of a single mom home, and I have an older brother and older sister. I was the youngest. I am massively competitive, massively into fitness, massively into spirituality, massively into love, massively into finding things that light my soul on fire. And my genius, what I'm really good at helping people with, is taking their life experience and taking the things that maybe they're struggling with and helping them go down a path that's going to help them create a life that they love and a life that they want. This is my expertise. I've done this with my own life, and I've done it with hundreds of others who I've coached either personally or one-on-one or in a group setting. And that's my genius. I can actually listen to you and find your gifts that maybe you don't have the eyes for. Maybe you're so in them that you can't see them, right? And that is such a common thing that happens with people, is that they're so in their story, they're so in it that they can't see what they're magnificent at and what their gifts are and where they should actually head, because that's going to be the path that's going to get them to that lifestyle and that dream life that they want. You know, I believe that we are here in heaven. I believe that our spiritual body, our soul, the spirit that we've been given, has been given this gift of a body to live in, to experience, to see sunsets, to kiss our loved ones, to touch things, to taste things. But right now, this is heaven. Right now, this is the opportunity for you to be alive and to thrive and to be great and to do great things and start a business if you want to, write a book if you want to, run a marathon if you want to, get in the best shape of your life and go on stage and flaunt your body if you want to get married if you want to. You guys, it's up to you. Whatever you want to do with your life experience, it's really, truly, you've been given the gift of life. That's what this is about, okay? So I believe in maximizing your human potential and figuring out all of the little things that you might be doing wrong that are getting in the way of your maximal, fullest expression of who you are, okay? Now, today, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the neuroscience of the brain and what Western medicine with fMRI scans have figured out about our brain, and how meditation can actually help you live a more full life. How meditation can actually help you to become happier right here, right now. Now, a lot of people have said to me, Liz, I can't meditate. And I say, you're right. You can't because you've never practiced it. Your brain is not built for meditation. It is something you have to train, just like you are breaking in a wild horse. Okay, I don't know if you've ever done that or if you've ever seen that happen, but you guys, your brain is doing these 4 things all of the time until you start to train it. You are a spiritual being in this body. You are actually, the Bible even says, you are all gods. God says, serve no other gods before me. God also says, Jesus in the Bible says, salute no other man on the road. That means you are your own God. In the Bible, where does it say that? It's a psalm. I think it's a psalm. I don't know. If I had it on the top of my mind, I would tell you exactly where it is, but I don't, but just Google it, look it up. And it's, so you've been given this gift of life to come here, to be amazing, to be epic, to serve, to love, to shine, to be great. And the thing is, you don't know that. That's the thing. You don't believe it. You don't know it. You don't think that way. You think that maybe other people can be great, so why can't you? Okay, I don't really think you believe that. But the thing is, how often is somebody outside of a church pouring life into you, saying you can do anything and God has your back and that you are fully supported and that you don't have to talk about the negativity and your past. You actually have to have hope and faith and pour into what you want for your life. Don't talk about how big your problems are. Talk about how big your God is and how big your faith is and how big your future is. Those are the things that need your energy. Those are the things that need your attention. Okay, so I want to just talk to you today about Eastern wisdom and meditation, and then Western science and what they've determined and really figured out about our brain. So take a moment to really think about your own self and all of the different things that your brain has thought about this morning. Okay, maybe when you were getting ready for work today, your brain, while you were looking in the mirror and you're putting on mascara, was having an argument with somebody. Okay, that is actually not being present. That is literally being asleep. I call it sleepwalking. You're not in the present moment, experiencing with appreciation all of the things that are right here, right now. You're actually in your head in a fully made up scenario. That's a daydream that is not in your favor. That is not helping you create an amazing future. That is a daydream in your head, an illusion in your head that is actually not helping you create the future that you desire. Maybe you were time traveling, going to a past anything. It could be a past love affair that you had. It could be a past relationship. It could be like a past argument, something you had, an argument you had at work with a coworker or even your boss. It could be anything. That's called time traveling. Now, you might be thinking of criticizing, like maybe your air conditioning went on. You're like, it's hot in here. So you're just, thinking things that are commentating on the environment. So these are the 4 things that neuroscientists have determined our brain does. We commentate, we time travel, we build up a sense of self, and we compare ourselves to others. Okay. In my book, I go into massive detail about this, but I'm going to try to just make this brief for you and help you to determine where your mind goes. Now, the workbook for this week is a worksheet telling you, just to get aware, showing you ways to get aware of your mind and what it is doing. So, for example, the next time you're driving, the next time you're walking, the next time you're showering, I want you to assess what your mind is doing when you're doing that thing. Okay, because when you're fully present in the moment, when you're in the moment, in your sight, you're actually seeing things, you're processing it, you're fully alive. But 99% of the time, you're not fully alive. We are up in this thing, and the only way to get present and to become fully alive is to get out of the mind and get into the body and get into the present moment. Okay, so what I want you to do is start to notice when your mind is commentating, time traveling, building up a sense of self, or comparing. And I'm going to briefly cover these. So commentating. The way that this looks is like you could be in a room right now. You could be right now, wherever you are, watching this. Chances are you've thought about something that you could fix in this environment that could be better in the environment that you're in. And that's called commentating, okay? We do it all of the time. We do it when we walk into a room. We do it in ways that we are not even aware that we're doing until you become aware that you're doing them, okay? Now, the second thing that we do is we time travel, and I mentioned that briefly. You could be going to a past argument with somebody, a past relationship. You could be going into the future and kind of daydreaming about a life that you want, and that could be positive if it's not presenting you with a lackful feeling. Okay. Number 3 is that you build up a sense of self. You're actually literally building up. This is the kind of person that I am. I do this. I don't do that. And 4th, you actually reinforce that sense of self by comparing yourself to other people, to other situations, and it really builds up this sense of self. Now, in the path of yoga, there's a principle that we live by that is called non-attachment. And we as human beings are going to attach to so many things. It's normal. I do think that it is actually a part of life. It's not a bad thing. And it is, it's a gift that we're here. Like I said, this is our heaven. This is a gift of life that we get to have. Now, what happens though, when one of those things that we are attached to is taken away from us? And you can all say, raise your hand right now, that you're attached to certain things that maybe are not beneficial to you. Maybe you're attached to soda. Maybe you have smoked at some point in your life. Maybe you drink a little bit too much and you're attached to the way that that makes you feel. It relieves stress. It makes you feel good in the moment, but it is not a healthy attachment. Okay. So when we are attached to things, and those things are taken away from us, or we change our sense of self, then that will affect this area right here, the sense of self. The sense of self is so powerful in so many ways that I can't even go into right now, but I do talk a lot about this on the Heavenly Mind podcast. You are everything because of the sense of self that you think you are. If you think you are, if you know in your being that you are a wealthy, generous, kind, and loving person, then your life will reflect that. If you don't fully believe that, then that's not who you are out in reality. It's a pipe dream. It's a wish. And until your sense of self mirrors exactly the energy of that kind of a person, you won't be that. So this is all really powerful. This is all really, really important. But what's more important is that you begin to meditate and you begin to become the witness of your mind to see where your mind is going when it is doing those things. And when you notice your brain goes to time travel, you bring it back into your meditation, into the present moment, and you begin to strengthen the prefrontal cortex, which is the neural pathways of the brain that keep your attention in the present moment. This is critical because the more you do that, the more you sit in a meditation, or even just sit, there's another way. There's so many different ways we can do this. You could sit in the room and look out the window, and it's harder because there's a visual field. So in yoga, we talk about eliminating the senses, finding something to focus on. When there's all sorts of sensory input, it is super hard to concentrate. And it's super hard to grow the prefrontal cortex of your brain, that part of the brain that holds your attention in the present moment, if you've got all the sensory input from sounds to sights to everything else. So what I want you to do is sit in a meditation and either count your breath or say one mantra over and over again. Now, the point isn't that the breath is the healing agent here, or the mantra is the one thing that's going to help you with all of the life experience that you have. Like, I've actually had people ask me for one mantra that's going to help them. And I'm like, one mantra will never help you. What will help you is for you to understand where your mind is going. So use the mantra as a focal point in your mind when your eyes are closed, and focus your attention, your 100% attention, either on your breath or on a mantra. Okay? A mantra could be anything that holds your attention in the present moment. It could be something like, you could literally say, I am focused. I am focused. It could be that. It's anything. It could be, I am love. It could be, I am wealthy. And then feel that. Feel that, and until the energy matches that, you're not there. So the mantra is something just to focus on, okay? When you begin to focus on a mantra or anything that can hold yourself in the present moment, I actually have a guy that I know who sits in a dark room, puts a candle on, and focuses on the candle with his eyes open. And then what happens is, like, everything else kind of fades out, but he can see that candle, and everything else is completely dark. And that is meditation, a way to meditate as well. Meditation happens. You have to practice it. Okay, so meditation, you sit in it, you work at it, you practice. And what it's doing is, when your mind starts to time travel, when it starts to go to a story, then you pull your mind back to your mantra. It starts to go to the thought of somebody else. You got to pull it back. It starts to go to, man, I wish I had more money. You got to pull that back right here to your meditation, to your focal point, to your internal mantra that you're repeating, to your breath, whatever you're using to hold your attention in the present moment, you pull it back. The beautiful thing that happens when you start to become aware, you guys, this is key right here. Did you hear that? You start to become aware of where your mind is going. That's it. That's the magic. That's the work. Right here, right then, right there. That's the work. It's not that you sit into a perfect meditation for 10 minutes and like you have a bunch of thoughts or you don't. The work is, the magic is in the self-awareness. You noticing your mind going into that story and going, oh, I'm time traveling. Let's bring it back. Come back into the present moment. You then totally obliterated that time travel, that experience, that delusion. You obliterated it because you became back in the present moment. Now think about this. All of the times that you go off into a time travel and you go off into a story in your mind, and you then create from a delusional story that you're conjuring up in your mind. How many times have you done that? How many times have you literally said things to other people because of a story that you had made up in your mind? When you're not in control of your mind and your thoughts, you are operating off of delusions and illusions, my friends. That's the fact. Okay? So when you become aware of what your mind is doing and you bring yourself back to the present moment, you have the opportunity to be in the present moment, to obliterate the stories, to find the sense of ease and flow in life that is happening now. Because in those moments, that's the magic. That's where the beauty is. That's where life is. And when you obliterate the stories and you become present, and you become fully alive in the present moment, that is where you become the creator, rather than the reactor of your life experience. Now, any questions? Post them below. So you guys, I talk about this. I actually printed the I created a workbook for you, and that is available at my website, liznierzwicki.com. So right now we're covering week 2, and we're inside of today, chapter 1, the mind is very powerful. So my yoga school is based on the path of yoga called Raja Yoga. It's called the Royal Path. And it includes the poses, but it is more interested in spirituality and alignment to the divine. Alignment, becoming one with the divine. Yoga means union. And that means you think you're separate from everything, but you're not. You breathe the same oxygen that trees take in. So the same air quality that the trees are taking in and emitting is the exact same thing that you are, that your neighbor is. You know, we think we're separate, but we're not. The rain out there right now affects us all. Anything that's negative in our world affects us all, okay? So yoga literally means union. And what we have to really understand is how and where we feel like we're separate from other things. The path of yoga that I teach is called Raja Yoga. And I want to read you a quote from BKS Iyengar. He is one of the, he's passed on, but he is one of the yogis that really is celebrated in the yoga world. He wrote so many books. He cured himself of some diseases when he was younger from practicing yoga poses. And the poses in the book that I use in my school, it's called Light on Yoga, are incredible. And they're just, I mean, some of the poses that he can do, I have never been able to do. It's pretty incredible. But that's just one step in the entire path of yoga. And I want to read you this because this is one of the most powerful quotes from my experience in learning from him. I love this one. It says, the mind is the king of the senses. One who has conquered the mind, the senses, the passions, thought, and reason is king among men. He is fit for Raja Yoga, the royal union with the universal spirit. He has inner light. So I want you to think about these things. Your mind. Have you conquered your mind? Have you conquered your thoughts? Are you in control? When you get a disturbing thought, does it rock you? Are you in control of it? Can you say, I'm not going to choose to think that? Can you change your mind? You have to be able to get there. Otherwise, you are not in control. Have you conquered your senses? Okay. When you smell something sweet that is cooking, can you literally conquer that and not eat it? Okay. Your passions. When you are overtaken by passion with someone, maybe in a relationship, are you in control of your passions? Can you not engage in something that is making y'all crazy? like firing you up, turning you on? Can you withstand and not engage? That's you being in control of your passions. Okay. Are you in control of your thoughts? I already said that. Are you in control of your perceptions, your reasoning, why you do what you do, why you think other people do what they do? You guys, this is huge. We think we're in control, but we're such judgmental creatures, and we have no idea what another person's life is like. We have no idea. We haven't lived their path. We don't know what kind of work God is doing in them and through them. So my thing is, keep your eyes on your own road and work on your own experiences, your own life, your own thoughts, your own senses. Corral this machine. Make you the best you that you can be. Own you. Own your day. Own your life. Own your choices. Control your thoughts. Direct your thoughts. Be deliberate. Self-awareness is your most powerful tool that you will ever cultivate. It is my intention, massive intention, to help you do that. Because when you do, you will start to be the creator in ways you are excited about, ways that bless you, ways that bless other people, okay? You need to be in massive understanding of the gift that you've been given of this life, and that you are a powerful creator. The mind, this is the chapter, you guys. Let me get back to it. The mind is very powerful. You are not like animals. You have cause and effect. You have a mind for a reason, because you came to create. You came to be great. You came to have a life filled with joy. I want you right now to just obliterate your past, because it's dead. I want you to obliterate anything that is holding you back, your problems, because it's dead. Speak life into your future. Corral your own mind. Focus it, break it in, learn it, understand what you're doing. Okay, I don't need to look like this to teach you this. I don't need to have a turban on my head like some of these yogis have to teach you this. I am a modern day woman who has spent 10 years in this field. Okay, I want you to understand how to apply these tools, these principles to your life. It is critical. It is life-changing, and you will be so happy with the rewards from being self-aware, really understanding what your mind is doing when it's doing it, and being the chooser of your thoughts, and being the director, deliberately directing your thoughts to take action towards your goals, not your bosses, not somebody else's, not your parents, not your spouses, yours. Now, if you're married, you might want to talk about those things with each other and have a joint mission. That would be key. But the thing is, it's up to you, because no matter what, you are still in charge of you. It's time to get control, really understand this, and live this life in a way that shines the magnificence of who you are, because you are such a gift. You are so important to this world, and I believe that you have a massive purpose here. I don't know what it is. You might know, you might not know, but I believe you have a massive purpose. All right, you guys. So if you want to get the workbook that really breaks down this week, what we're talking about this week, I'm getting into it today, and obviously I'm super passionate about it. But today, it's all about the mind is very powerful. And tomorrow we're going to be talking about self-love. What is self-love? Is it manicures and pedicures? Is it the way you take care of yourself? What really is it? So we're going to talk about that tomorrow. And on Wednesday, we're going to be talking about, I don't know, I have to look, taking your power back and helping you to really, like, if you've been, let's say someone broke your heart. Let's say you've been pushed down. Let's say somebody told you that you can't be something. It's time to take your power back. And we're going to do that on Wednesday. On Thursday, we are going to talk about, visualizing and being a deliberate creator to your life. Visualizing, using your mind for your benefit, for your family's benefit. Visualizing. Your brain doesn't know it any other way, so we'll talk about that on Thursday. Your brain is just here to serve you and make your life easier. And then on Friday, we're talking about stress and stress management and healthy ways to manage your stress. You guys can get the workbook at liznierzwicki.com. Sign up for the newsletter. And I'm here every morning this week at 9 a.m. This week, we're talking about happiness. So today, I'm not here blowing sunshine up your rear end to make you happy. I'm helping you to understand what does make you happy and what doesn't. And when you're off in stories, those don't make you happy. So it's time to be a deliberate creator and create this life that you desire to live. All right, you guys, I love you. Can't wait to see you tomorrow and serve you on this journey. Let me know if you have any questions. Share this with somebody who needs it. And thank you so much. I've received a couple of messages from some of you on from Friday's message. And, those videos had a problem with sound quality, unfortunately. So I got to go to, I'm using my my computer today. I have to go to the Mac store to get my phone looked at because there's something wrong with the microphone. So that stinks, but some of you caught it, and some of you caught some of the stuff that was being said in the goal setting work, the goals. What was it? That was breaking bad habits and creating new habits. And I've had some serious messages come my way about some serious addictions. And, I've been given the help that I can. I'm giving the help to those people that I can, so if you have anything, you need anything, you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. You guys, I'm here to help you. I believe in you. I think you're divine. I know it. I don't just think it. I know it. You're divine. The fact that you're alive is proof. You're here to be great. Let's get rid of all this shit and all this other stuff that's problematic and chart your course that you want to live so that you start to see these synchronicities of your creating. And you have these divine moments of holy gratitude, and you're just like on your knees in either tears or massive joy. I've literally laughed my head off and cried through synchronicities of understanding the spiritual journey that we're on. And I want you to have those experiences as well. All right, you guys, I love you, and I'm here to help you in any way that I can. And if nobody's told you this today, let my words help you. Let my words give you the life that you need, because you know what? We are here for each other. We are. You're divine. You are loved. You are valuable. And I want to help you really, really see that and move into it. Okay? All right, guys. Love you so much. Have a great day. And I'll see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. And tomorrow we are talking about, I already forgot. What are we talking about? Oh my gosh. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the love. I love you guys so, so much. Oh yeah, self-love is tomorrow. All right, guys. Ciao. Bye.